everybody, and welcome back to another week of Wednesday Night Fights. We are here for some Guilty Gear Strive action. My name is Karate Kuba, and with me on the mic, Mr. Wild West Guilty Gear himself. You might have just come from his stream. You know him, you love him. You love to make fun of his name for his tag, which is one of the best on the West. My boy, I am not a sandwich. I am pointing the wrong direction. Sandwich, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Kuba. Hope you're doing pretty well. And yes, everyone just calls me Sandwich, despite the name clearly stating I am not a sandwich. The pun there being my real name is Ruben. That being said, it's not about me today. It's about these players who just made top 8. I'm talking so many new faces. We have Darkrai out here. We have Red Ditto, who beat Kusanagi in the Ramlethal Mirror.
Red Ditto has been showing up in some tournaments recently, so I'm very excited to see them play tonight.
And not only that, we have Shadow the Hedgehog versus Joe Biden. You cannot get a better title card match than Shadow the Hedgehog versus Joe Biden. It's the Shadow the Hedgehog. And then another chip player, YJK in loser side over here to start the rest of the top 8. YJK making a name for himself out here, did place in top 8 previously, one of the few chips we see coming out regularly, versus Gap Moe, very strong Zato player. And then Breaker Dave, no stranger to WNF top 8s, and Vokun coming out of nowhere with a May to fill out the rest of top 8 there.
And you know what? The only thing I'm more excited for than these matches is for you guys to claim these Matcherino codes, guys. We are only at $9.13. We have the codes. We have plenty of them left for you to use. You don't got to fill out anything. You don't got to give us your credit card information. Just hit that button that says claim code to add a free 50 cents to the bracket. Make sure to have incentive for our players to keep coming back every single, it's 30 cents this week. Every single week, get them back in here. So make sure to hit that claim code button. I don't want to see any of those by the time we hit the loser side of the bracket tonight.
Definitely. I am liking the donations as well. Really appreciate direct donations. They are the biggest portion of Matcherino pools, especially since, yes, we did get a hit slightly for the easier UI. It is now 30 cents instead of the 50 cents. You know, Matcherino getting real money bags over there now, hoarding that 20 cents from us. But, you know, it is a lot easier to claim codes as well as do these click quests. There's a lot of quests you can just visit the link and it donates money directly into the pool. You don't have to do anything else on the site. You just click the link and it's another 10 cents, another 20 cents, stuff like that. So go ahead and use that as well. You can go ahead and swap accounts, do some trickery there if you really want to as well. Though I did not say that. That was, you know, someone else who I heard maybe just say that offhand.
I didn't say nothing. I know I look like a criminal, but the only thing that's going to be criminal is how good these matches are and how we're giving them away for free today. Darkrai versus Red Ditto. Do you know who Darkrai is playing tonight? I know Red Ditto is, I believe, a Ramlethal main, correct?
I believe so. I believe Darkrai is the Gold Lewis.
Gold?
We have the first Gold Lewis to show up.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, Red Ditto, a regular over at SageAm's stream, a member of the Hoop Squad, constantly grinding out with them, and has been entering top 8s left and right for a lot of these local tournaments. Showed up at the Granblue battle, showing up here at WNF. Darkrai, I have not seen, but if you have a Gold Lewis on winner's side of WNF top 8, you know that there's something to it. So I'm very excited to see the big Texas man himself make this happen.
Yes, definitely. Already stuck in the corner, though, versus Ram Pressure. Very impressive. Hard for Gold Lewis to swing out, too. Only having a 6-frame jab.
Yeah, it's really hard for this character, but sometimes you don't need to swing your way out. You just grab him, get a good, nice hit, and then Red Ditto's going to have to burst there. And now, going to have to deal with all of this damage coming through. Opts not to burst. Darkrai is in a really rough situation once again.
Yeah, Darkrai opting to spend the meter on the wires. See, getting a clean hit here, switching sides as well, getting some drone OP. Very scary in the corner. There we go. No escape from the Behemoth Typhoon. Run up throw will get it for Darkrai. And saving the burst.
I love that. Darkrai is showing absolutely no fear and clearly understands how to play Gold Lewis. He's been out for a minute now, about a month, so people are really starting to gel with the character. And we're seeing a lot of really, really good decision-making coming from Darkrai here, knowing that those slower buttons that you were talking about aren't really the answer. Instead, you want to opt for more throw opportunities and opt for a little bit more using that bomb to be able to move around.
Yeah, saving your meter for defense mechanics as well does help.
Yes, and that YRC is getting mileage, and boy, is this character doing some damage. All right, let's see it.
Yeah, stopping to get Ram in the corner. Oh no, Slam and Jam is out, and the side switch for Red Ditto here is going to be massive.
I do like that. Red Ditto opted to instead just drop the combo, put a little kicks in, and let Darkrai bounce off the ground as not to break the wall since the health was so low, and didn't want to have to deal with a reset neutral situation. But Darkrai is able to find their way out. Now we're playing a little bit of footsies, but that JH is going to come through, get the hit, and tie it up 1-1 round apiece for this first game of top 8.
Yeah, that nerf JH just didn't work for Ram, apparently.
All right, it didn't nerf it that much.
The slap on the wrist, JH. But
yeah.
Just as I say that, Darkrai's doing work, gets slapped though. Stopping the corner pressure, but laser coming out.
I shall simply pay 50 meter to win the neutral, but Red Ditto willing to throw their way out of the situation, but getting hit by this Behemoth Typhoon, getting hit by this Behemoth Typhoon, and Gold Lewis is going to get their way through, and Darkrai will take game 1.
Just like that, our first Gold Lewis win of top 8. We'll see if we get any more. But look, yeah, that laser, like you said, 50 bar, just let me get this neutral control.
I mean, that's what you're paying for what you get here. You're paying 50 meter, and sure, it's going to push them towards you, which can be really, really rough in certain situations. So it's not something you always want to do, obviously, and the startup on it does leave you pretty vulnerable, as we saw Darkrai did get hit after doing it there. But that's the power of the laser, is that even if you do get hit, it's not going to go away. You are going to have to deal with that laser in some way, shape, or form. And Darkrai is doing such a good job with these challenges today.
Yeah, just swinging the Behemoth Typhoon when they can and gets a big hit. Unfortunately, put themselves in the corner here. Gonna have to hold this explosion. Yeah,
really good awareness. But the tap dust will come through. No conversion coming through, but that extra frame of jump startup not looking too good for Darkrai. Getting hit, very low situation. And now all this meter on the side of Red Ditto, but good hits coming in through Darkrai. Calling in the laser once again to win this neutral. And what's the mix-up going to be? Oh,
again. Red Ditto just not deterred by the laser, opting to take the chance, get the throw in. Darkrai not staking himself too well against the throw and getting grabbed out of the OP situation.
I think that's the first time I've seen Darkrai burst.
Yeah, second round burst.
Yep. Good hits coming through, though, from Red Ditto here. Not overextending, not putting on too much, trying to keep it too fancy. Just wants to take this damage, take these pokes, and get out. And Darkrai trying to find their way in. Finally time. Mortabato comes through, tons of damage. Slam down, that's 80%.
Yeah, does get the laser out, but Ram able to corner carry enough. Oh, does get tagged by the last hit, though.
Oh my god, the burst is baited, but unfortunately it's not converted off of. And now Red Ditto is going to tie it up 1-1. Now this is top 8, so it's first to 3, so we got some time for an adaptation. See if Darkrai is willing to maybe convert a couple more of these hits, or if Red Ditto will continue to play out this slower, more spaced out game plan that is showing a little bit more success for them right now.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Red Ditto there opted to take the chance and burst, because at that distance, with how slow Gold Lewis's buttons are, you know, the punish there might not be too bad. You know, yeah, taking the rock, paper, scissors and just, you know, gambled. Darkrai wasn't ready. Got away with it.
I definitely agree. These slower buttons are definitely a hard thing to play with, but if you really understand what to do, and as we can see, Darkrai does have the unemployed aura around their name up in the corner from playing so much. That is the aura of somebody who has been grinding this character like crazy, and it's definitely showing right now with how far they've gotten into this tournament. And Red Ditto just spacing them out right now.
And that doesn't carry over between characters, right, the aura?
I honestly have no idea if it carries over between characters. I just know that the only way that you get the gold aura is that you are unemployed. Blue is, okay, I'm no-lifing this outside of school and work. Gold is I am unemployed.
So good to know there is a hierarchy between the aura.
There is a degeneracy tier, but these are fighting games. We're all degenerates. We all take time off work to go to majors when those exist, or even when a new game drops sometimes. So I don't blame Darkrai for doing it in the first place.
Unfortunately, though, the sword mix is just so oppressive. Getting stuck in the corner, you have to hold the high-low there. But swings out and gets a laser on screen.
Oh, cross up into the Behemoth Typhoon, knocks him down, but the Mortabato's gonna come through, taking another round on the board, tying it up. Trying to swing this round into both players' advantage, trying to clinch out this point, and Red Ditto already applying this pressure, knowing that Gold Lewis can't do much against it, just spacing it out.
Yeah, and that reversal super has been working so great for Red Ditto. A burst right away from Darkrai, not wanting to get stuck in the corner. Finally whipping a super here. Good block from Darkrai.
Darkrai jogged full screen and then got thrown. Like, Red Ditto didn't move. I'm just like, all right, threw him. And that is now swinging this entire round into Red Ditto's favor. So low on health, that last throw coming through, and gonna be up 2-1 match round for Red Ditto here.
Yeah, and I like that choice to take the super knockdown and just run up 2K, gets the median, just immediately goes for the tick throw. Good stuff to Red Ditto. You know, unfortunately, Gold Lewis's only reversal is tagged to his super.
It's tied to his super, and you can low profile it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you crouch, if you crouch and you're like not right next to him, he'll whiff completely. It is not the best reversal. He is not a strong defensive character.
I would say he does auto correct on cross up, which is really nice because it turns into a 360. So
yes,
cross up protection, baby.
Absolutely. Look, there are advantages to this character. I do think that when I don't know what changes they made to him in the patch because I don't have everybody's changes memorized, but he was one of considered one of the weaker characters when he first dropped. But now we are seeing a little bit of development. There are advantages. It's not like he's unplayable, but he's definitely not like these soul bad guys, these Ramblethal Valentines. So we really have to see what this character can do, and you have to put in quite a bit of work when you have that lack of defensive skills.
Yeah, especially when there's characters that outright just negate his existence. It's hard to kind of commit to playing him when it's such a struggle to get in with him.
Absolutely, like one of the best performing Gold Lewises in the world was Gobo, who has dropped Sato for Gold Lewis for Evo, and he was about to make top 8, and then he ran into XYZZY, who was an Axel player that ended up winning the whole tournament. And Axel versus Gold Lewis is so hard because while he doesn't have the worst buttons in the world, he definitely doesn't have the best buttons in the world. So, and that'll just happen to you. You'll just get poked out the whole game, and Red Ditto will take it and be on match point. Oh, no, that's it. That's actually it. Red Ditto wins.
Yeah, it was like clean last round for Red Ditto there. Super quick, got that corner carry into just damage. Ram, no stranger to high damage, can do it in this game. Used to do it in the old game. It's just fewer hits now.
Yeah, exactly. It's Ramlethal, while being like at the first days of the game, everybody was like, this is the best character in the game. She's so broken. She's all this. And then over time, we realized, no, she does have some weaknesses. Lack of a meterless reversal, a little bit slower buttons, not super great conversions mid-screen sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I've heard Ram players say that before. But she's still an incredibly strong character, able to convert into a lot of meaningful damage, and has the ability to really change their routes so they don't always have to break the wall. They can only break the wall really when they want to.
Exactly. But that's also the equivalent of, Johnny players saying, my character's hard. Okay, I have to do hard combos sometimes. But she does have, like you said, she does use a lot of beaters. She either has to decide if I want to keep up my PRC pressure or if I'm going to use it on defense, because like you said, no real DP, has to commit to either YRC or doing Wake Up Super. But then again, her Wake Up Super, nothing to scoff at either.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get hit by Mortabato, all right, you die. Like, I don't care who you are. You could have the highest health in the game, and you're like, oh man, I took 60%. What a good health pool I have.
The best part is when you jump over it and you still get hit, but it sends you behind her and it breaks the wall behind her when you had her cornered. It's like the saddest feeling. But that being said, we do have the match of the century, Shadow the Hedgehog versus Joe Biden.
See, this match makes sense because the President of the United States canonically in Sonic lore has a photo of Sonic and Shadow on his desk,
Exactly.
which means that Joe Biden is a fan of Shadow. So I'm very excited to see how this matchup plays out. Eno versus Chip seems like it could be a little rough for Eno if Chip really gets to start going, but not too heavily in anybody's favor from what I know. I could be totally off base for this.
Yeah, and you can see how bad the J2K nerf hurt Chip here. So, has decent anti-airs, so we'll see how bad it ends up being in this matchup.
Yeah.
If Joe Biden even gets a chance to create some pressure, there it is. Unfortunately, kind of messes up there, gets a jump JS. I know that problem. I've seen that problem.
Man just TKDP'd.
It's hard. It's a hard input.
A DP?
Sometimes you block and you gotta swing forward real quick. It just happens.
Yeah, that's my president right there. He only does airborne DPs, all right? And Joe Biden is doing a really good job of ducking in and out right now, not trying to overcommit. Gets the overhead at the last second to clinch out that round, and Joe Biden is looking to take the first game here, but Shadow the Hedgehog not going down without a fight, gets the knockdown, and now it's Eno time.
Yep,
down,
already bleeding. One more confirmed can just kill Joe Biden. Joe Biden does get a triple jump K Alpha out. You have to be ready to punish that. He is full screen after. Unfortunately, Shadow didn't recognize. Now has to chase Joe Biden back down for the last bit of health. Opting to take note neutral.
Yeah, Shadow just doing a great job there, not overcommitting, getting hit on all the getting all those small hits over and over, but knowing that those hits are going to add up on Chip. And now you are going to have to deal with it. The overhead, hit him with the sushi, make it happen.
PS4 special. Oh, the JD does find a hit. Joe Biden, I think, tried to jump out. YRC out. Nothing too scary, though. Just gets a jump over.
Pressure being applied. Trying to find their way out. Is able to stroke the big tree out of the corner. PRC after the Alpha Blade to recover. We're right back into that spacey game, trying to clip each other. Finds the way in. Gold Burst comes through from Joe Biden. And it's now just chipping away at Shadow's health as much as they can. But the dash-in will connect into the set play now from Eno, but we challenge right back. And we're going to take some damage here for it.
Yep, he's gonna, oh no, mistimes the super, doesn't get the wall break that he wanted. Joe Biden having to hold that. Eats the safe jump.
All right, going to the skies right now, knowing Eno doesn't have a whole lot of options for if you're right above her. And Chip will take game one. President of the United States, Joe Biden, taking game one of the set.
Yeah, that's that, defense check. If you're ready to jump out, if you're holding down back too much, that leaf throw is going to sneak up on you, going to take the round, no burst because it's a command grab. You just have to hold it.
Look, if there's anybody that knows defense, it's the President of the United States, all right? That is a $1 trillion defense budget, all right? This man knows that you're not going to block unless you have that kind of money.
Are you saying Joe Biden's getting coached by the cabinet right now?
I am saying that the entire cabinet is right behind Joe Biden. And every single hit, Kamal is like popping off. She's going super hard about it.
Oh, the headboard's going crazy right now. Nice bait on the gold burst. No punish, though. Right under the far ass. Stroke the big tree. Does low profile. Nice. Gets the DP confirmed. No! Runs a bit too far.
Yeah, that's the danger sometimes of those combos floating all over the place. You will drop them. And now, back to applying the pressure right now. Blocks the Alpha Blade. Great challenge coming in from Shadow, but will end up getting hit after the pressure from the J2K. Going into a little bit of a conversion here and tries to space it back out. We're going in over and over.
Yeah, hitting him with the really fast mix-up, you have to be ready to swing left, right real quick after Alpha Blades. I need to see Shadow start stopping Joe Biden from jumping out of the corner for free like this. Not really interrupting them. His block strings have a little bit of holes in them that Joe Biden's kind of using to triple jump out and K Alpha away.
Yeah, definitely just kind of letting her do her thing sometimes. Really respecting a little too much on Eno. And every time you respect Eno a little too much, that's another 50-50 you have to block. Okay, applying the pressure right now. Great 6P coming through, but the command grab right back on the counter hit. And Joe Biden is going to apply some damage, breaks the wall. And Now, Shadow is in a very, very rough spot here.
Yeah, Shadow getting punished for holding down back and kind of playing really safe here. Just getting caught up by stray leaf throws that are thrown in.
Oh, we just gonna do back handsprings all day here. All right, we just willing to back it off, waits for the right moment, and Joe Biden's gonna clinch out game 2. Set point now for Joe Biden.
Yeah, the YRC coming in clutch for Joe Biden. Needed it. Popped off. Secretary of Defense right there, ready with the 50 bar.
Is there the Secretary of State's all about neutral because the state's like space. Secretary of Defense is all about blocking.
Oh my God, you're gonna see Joe Biden's grid at the end of the match just change to which department did the most work. That's the budget.
They're actually all passing around the controller. Oh man, neutral's over. They hands off the controller to Joe.
Oh dude,
Joe's all about mixing. All right, Joe's a politician.
True. Oh, caught the back dash.
Yeah, you can't do that. All right.
Yeah, chip throw a bit unique.
Everybody out there, despite what Ruben tells you, all right, what my boy Sandwich is telling you, Chip's really good. All right, he's a really good character. He wins most of his matchups. Really strong. I am absolutely.
Commentate by yourself.
I'm gonna call out your downplaying for just a second.
No,
all
I was
right?
just saying he's not sold. Let me have that. Let me have it.
I'm not gonna let you have that because neither is Joe Biden. Set point, final round. Let's see if Joe can clinch this out with a strong 3-0.
And gets the overhead and oh no, just as I say that drops conversion, does a senchu through. For some reason too close to the corner for it. The up, RC into a mix.
Ooh, trying to 6P their way out, is able to dash into Joe Biden, but Joe Biden capitalizing off the scramble, strokes the victory right under the overhead, gets the hit, blocks the burst, and that is going to be it. Joe Biden taking over Shadow the Hedgehog 3-0. Where your ultimate life format now, buddy?
Joe Biden about to take over the Ark Colony, about to annex it for the U.S. USA.
I mean, it's a strong enough super weapon. I feel like the United States would be very interested in.
I guarantee you we already have one out there. It's just waiting for Joe Biden to, let us know.
Joe Biden, it's filled with hedgehogs and giant lizards. Well, that's the crazy thing. How did Gerald Robotnik go from ultimate life form, hedgehog, to giant biological weapon lizard? You know what?
I'm not gonna try to deduce Sonic lore. I cannot put a rhyme or reason to it. Why does Sonic fall in love with the normal human in the game right after?
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how strong Joe Biden was looking there. We see that every week. Joe Biden's out here every single week, normally getting top 8, making it happen. And that's just the power of somebody who, after coming from Plus R, has really been showing off in this game as well.
It's that adrenochrome, dude. He's pumping it, ready for it.
But now we can look at exactly what we're talking about with a lot of these chip nerfs that he needs. Totally needs them.
See, Kua, it's the fact that I didn't downplay hard enough that JK got it.
You're just trying to save your boy. I get it. As an Axel player, I'm just trying to get him buffed. And they're like, we buffed one vision. I'm like, why? Nobody uses that.
Okay, but the combos are sick now.
They are sick, I agree. But right now, the one who's really sick is YJK, trying to find their way in to clinch out this round, takes down Gatmoe. Sato having a really rough time dealing with this rushdown pressure right now.
Yeah, Far S coming in clutch at 7 frames for YJK there, but the pose and the anti-air.
Yeah, forcing the burst there, knowing they don't have a lot of health to be able to deal with that burst at the moment. Yeah. The YJK gets the hit, and now you are going to have to deal with all this damage in the corner. Breaks the wall, uses the sword, going to get the knockdown from this. What's the Oki going to do?
The frog and tries to press a button after the frog gets smacked by the Far S.
Yeah, Gatmoe is doing a great job knowing YJK doesn't really want to block right now, and just not able to find their way. Great block on the Alpha Blade.
Yeah, just slightly properly spaced from YJK, avoided the Far S, still got to jump out after create pressure after the Alpha. Nice jump over, punished though by Parsec.
Yeah, those long-reaching buttons coming through right now, applying more pressure to Gatmoe in the corner. Zato has 0 defensive options, And now gonna have to deal with a little bit more counter hit. That wrist gauge was a little bit cranked up. One more hit should close this out for YJK. Gets it! And game one going over to Chip.
It's the Chip Army. We're gonna have a whole Cheap Legion going on here in top 8. YJK taking it over the only Zato showing out today.
Look, Zato's hard and then crazy. I know, but Zato isn't the best. He's not the best due to his slow buttons, lack of meaningful conversions on certain like really quick buttons. And he's lacking a couple of things, which is why we don't see him that often. But those players that do make it into the top 8s do show off what they can do. They really understand the character. Like, Oppose is one of the best moves.
Which 5H show got buffed.
5H did get buffed, this is true.
Top 3 Zato, maybe?
I don't know about that one. I don't think a 6 framer could be top 5.
No, I know the horrors of top tier Zato, and he's not there yet. Definitely not there yet.
What, you want to go back to Sign? Is that what you want?
Oh, I want Reload Zato, where he just had a pure hitbox JK.
I'm good, man. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of energy in my life.
Just as we say that, YJK, huge confirm there for massive damage.
Yeah, Chip is in a really rough spot here, but getting this last hit is going to be a little hard. The JP into the Pierce comes through, and now Gatmo is looking to tie this up.
Oh, the JD, almost fully converted, does get a nice situation, but the 5H clash with the DP.
Yeah, I think YJK needs to stop going for these Alpha Blades. They're not clipping Gatmo. He clearly understands the matchup and knows when to look for him.
Yeah, not only that, he's doing a great job of blocking it and then pressing the button after if you press the far S fast enough to stop Chip from creating any pressure after the alphas, but getting tagged by that one on wake up.
The Zato classic. Alright.
And the wire C before the Alpha Blade crossed up.
I love that from Gatmo. They knew that YJK wanted to try to escape the corner that way and just did not let them. Backdash on the Gamma Blade. The overhead comes through. Gets the sweep.
Big punish here. Baits the burst and ready for it. Gonna hit him with the Amorphous.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta get hit by the Among Us, alright? That's how we do it.
The Among Us? How is that the Among Us?
The Among Us.
The Among Us. There, okay. I'm 3 steps removed from the joke. I have to catch up. There you go.
It's 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
But YJK tied up with Gatmoe right now. I do love the changes and the awareness that Gatmoe has, knowing that in that first round, YJK was liking to do a lot of Alpha Blade, a lot of cross-ups, being able to get those small hits. And Gatmoe is now not letting YJK get away with any of it. Ooh! Oppose. And that's 60%, baby.
Yep, got hit by the frog. Able to get a slightly bit more damage. Unfortunately, couldn't stop him from jumping out. Nice, read the air dash out of the corner. Hit by the empty low.
Yep, jump in low. We'll get that last hit on YJK now. And Gatmo is looking to swing this whole thing so heavily in their favor after losing game 1. Good burst from YJK. Gets the pressure on Gatmo in the corner, opening them up. Great jump on the command grab. JD's out of the corner.
Yeah, unfortunately, YJK was committing 2Ks there. Only leads into 2D, into Resho. Doesn't get you much ballistic there. And let Gatmoe switch sides and get the wall break.
Yep, now has all this meter to play with. Great block on the overhead. Uses red RC to be able to get the hit. Throws out the Amorphous. And gets the clip on YJK. Gatmoe up 2-1 now.
I want to see Jonathan talk smack about Amorphous some more.
I will absolutely. I'm sorry, top 3 Evo placer, Jonathan Tene. Is that who you want to hear talk smack about Amorphous?
Former Zato player, Jonathan Tene.
If you ask him, he'll still say he's a Zato player.
He's a training mode Zato player only.
That man gets top 3 of Soul, and he's like, yeah, I'm a Zato player.
I'm a Zato player.
It's just the kind of person he is, though. Great Alpha. I mean, that's Beta Blade, right? Beta Blade's the DP?
Beta
so
Blade.
Oh, I'm a genius. Not as big as a genius as YJK, getting the pressure on Gatmo in the corner. Overhead coming through. RC to convert. Tons of damage. Breaks the wall. Pops the bonus.
Yeah, slight delay there on the overhead option. It is a reckless. You can slightly delay the other follow-ups. Nice Far S not afraid of little Eddie being out at all. Does get a nice smack, of course, in return from pressure.
Ooh, uses the third hit there to get confirmed. Takes him all the way to the corner. Counter hit. Zato is having a really rough time dealing with this great awareness of the meter build that YJK has, and it's just running away with this round right now.
Yeah, again, the red RC into empty low, working out for YJK. Gets smacked by the drill. Oppose is there, ready for Catman.
I love that YJK stared at Oppose for a second there, and then hit it. Just like watched it be in front, like, I should punch this. Punched it, was like, I shouldn't have punched that.
It's like those clown beat-em-up things people put in their office, and little sock-em things that bounce back.
Absolutely, and Zato being one of the only characters that can get meaningful damage off their throw, tying it up 1 round apiece. Gap Moe now on set point.
Let's see, air dash JH, not punished on the ground. Nice jump out, JD uses it to get further away from YJK here. Let's see, air dash JH again, going unchallenged.
All right, air dashes in, crosses up, isn't able to convert. Alpha Blade gets the hit, but nothing meaningful comes off of it. Overhead is blocked once again. Air dash is blocked right now. Gap Moe is paying attention, has their eyes wide open, blocks everything, tries to throw though, and YJK is gonna punish that whiff with his life. 2 apiece now here in losers top 8.
Yeah, that was like a perfectly timed backdash. At the very last second, got away from the grab.
It's how it goes sometimes, all right? You gotta try to go for, you gotta risk it for the biscuit, because there ain't no biscuit if you don't risk it.
True. And YJK was hella risking it there with the pure aggression at the end. So many instant air dash JHs going out, hoping to go over Zato, 2S, and Little Eddie at the same time. Got away from it and just got in it.
Ooh, all right. Baits out the whiff button there. YJK applying a little bit of pressure. Gamma Blade coming through to make him plus. Not overcommitting. Doesn't want to do that overhead without the RC. There it is once again. Wrist gauge is back out, and all that chip damage is looking so good right now. Oh!
Yeah, the burst in the corner after the Alpha Blade. YJK put himself in the corner, but does manage to find a nice counter hit to the other corner, and the leaf throw. Does find it, no meter though, has to hold the K Alpha or the leaf throw. There it is.
Do it again. Just do it again. Why not?
Yeah, that's the mix. Am I gonna K Alpha for the cross up or do the leaf throw?
Ooh, throws out the opposed. Pierce to bring him right back. Great conversions here coming from Gap Moe. Spacing it out.
Oh, the far S getting tagged by Zato. 2S into air dash JH, working out for YJK again. Run up throw. There's a K Alpha.
Crosses up. YRC. Great escape from the pressure here from Gap Moe. Finds their way in. And with the axe. Oh! Beta Blade though.
Oh, misjudged that combo, but does get a punish on the gold burst, which I assume was supposed to be a blue burst, but mistimed it.
Oh, and that's gonna do it. YJK, after letting him come back 2 rounds and being down, will clinch it out, move on to be able to fight. I believe it is.
This will be Breaker Dave versus Vokun.
Yes, next one is Breaker Dave versus Vokun. Breaker Dave, Geo player, top 8, top 3, been here a couple times before. Vokun, I'm not actually sure who they play. Who have they been on?
So Vokun used to play Koom in Exert, now playing May in Strive. You know, haven't seen them play Strive yet until today. Did show us a couple of May things over in pools, but now we're in top 8. We'll see how he does versus Giovanna. You know, May versus Geo can be pretty volatile, both having pretty disjointed hitboxes. Want to fight for neutral mid-screen and the mid-range, and both can just explode.
Yeah, it's 2 characters that are both playing a pretty strike throw heavy game plan. They're not looking to like super mix you too much. So finding their way in and getting these big explosive hits of damage is going to be a huge part of the game right now. And right now, Breaker Dave is showing why we were saying they are a regular here in WNF top 8. Doesn't matter what game it is, Breaker Dave will top 8 it. Except maybe Street Fighter. I don't think Breaker Dave's ever played Street Fighter once in his life.
Who knows? They play Geo now, might as well.
It's the closest thing. This is the first non-monster character they've played, and the answer they gave with why is, oh, they have a dog, and I like dogs.
Yo, puppy power.
Look, I get it. I like dogs. I understand.
In spiral arrow in, contest the 2K. Boku getting hit. Unfortunately, too far for the combo. There we go. Big damage here for Breaker Dave. Ooh, doesn't get the wall stick. Keeps the corner though.
Yeah, Giovanna, one of those characters that if they get the hit in the air, they can really convert off of it. But so can Vokun May. Taking out half of Breaker Dave's life right there. Air dash out. Goldbird wants to close this round right now.
Oh, that was a committal jump to bait the burst. Goku gave it away, but not punished hard for it. There we go. Gets opened up by the fast RC.
Ooh, chasing him down right now. Running out of meter by the second. Trying to find the hit. And kicks him out of the dolphin. All right, this is a land mammal fight here. We use dogs. All right.
You don't want to see that dolphin with legs, though. I've seen that mod.
I don't
Not
like
a
that.
pretty mod.
Not
Not a pretty mod. Good stuff to Geo, though, for that JS being very low. Does hit you. Not low enough to be very scary in the instant overhead situation, but great enough to punish throw whiffs and dolphin in that situation as well.
People got real excited when mods got added to the game. Like Octo is a big proponent, regular top eater here at WNF for mods. Also Axel's voice actor. And then I look at their modded game and it's the worst thing I've ever seen. So
yeah. Oh, there's a mod that replaces the mirrors in that one world, or the signs or whatever, with the Among Us twerking. It's
I hate it. I hate it here. There's the Patsugeki mod where it's Potemkin, but he's Maze Dolphin.
Yep.
He's just a big dolphin with arms and legs. Oh, right now the one who has legs is Breaker Dave. Gets the hit. Super's right back, and Vokun is not looking too good against the Dogman himself. Great hit punish on the whiff move there, and Breaker Dave is going to apply this Giovanna pressure.
Nice backdash, avoids the dolphin and manages to get a big 2D counter. Sets up a throw, and here we go, going for the, that's the fuzzy setup.
Tons of damage coming through. And the beauty of that setup is that if you have the meter to super there, the super's plus. So even if they block, you are in a really, really rough situation there. But right here, we are seeing with that positive bonus, Blue RC's right through. Vokun on the last hit of life. Great throw coming through. Runs right up, but Breaker Dave able to jump out and gets the hit. 2-0 on Breaker Dave's side right now.
Instant air dash JK, so good. Great hitbox for that as well.
I love watching Breaker Dave play. Breaker Dave has been and always will be one of my favorite players. It doesn't matter what game they're playing. And we are showing exactly why right now with these really, really good moments of knowing exactly when they want to air dash in, exactly they want to go for these punishes. And Vokun cannot keep up with them.
But just as we say that, big dolphins here for Vokun. Yeah, and that's the strength of Maze, that the game plan is simple, but it's so effective.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen strong May players all the time. I believe... What was the name of that May player that won WNF?
Pop Magoo.
Pop Magoo. There we go. San Diego player.
Yeah, came out of nowhere, won the whole thing. Super kind in bracket in Discord when he asked if he could get seeding or how seeding was done, and we're like, oh, we do it based on previous WNFs. Oh, he just won the whole thing.
Oh, perfect. And that's how you have to do it. You gotta be nice, respect your TOs, and they'll respect you, and they'll seed you every time you come through, Pop Magoo. That was not supposed to rhyme, and then it turned into a limerick.
Rap legend Kubo takes the stage.
I'm too white to be a rap legend. All right. We're trying to find our way in. The only real legend here is Breaker Dave, and the legend is pressure. That was terrible.
And jumps right over the ball just to get 6 speed. Vokun with the awareness that Breaker Dave's been committing to jumping over it like that. And the throw punishes the
plus. Wait, how do you get punished on a plus move? What happened?
Hey,
what?
Game just be like that.
You'll see your strive, everybody. It decided that you can be punished when you're plus.
I'm sure it has to do with the height thing.
Yeah, he definitely clipped the very top of the FD barrier there. So it might have ended up making that like -5 or something.
Yeah.
All right, spiral arrows through, and Vokun is doing a really, really good job now of FDing all this pressure from Breaker Dave. Bursts out, doesn't want to have to deal with it, doesn't want to have to drain the rest of their meter though.
Ooh.
Oh, good job. Yeah, double overhead here, FDing, but knowing that they are going to respect Breaker Dave, runs up, dash throws.
That dash throw really strong. The Street Fighter step dash working out great for non-Street Fighter players here, Breaker Dave. And the PRC saving himself from a big JH counter hit there.
I mean, that's what Gio does. Gio plays Street Fighter V in Guilty Gear Strive, all right? She's going to strike throw you over and over and over, and you're going to have to deal with it. And we can see exactly how strong that is with Breaker Dave taking that with a convincing 3-0.
You know, so, Breaker Dave usually playing, you know, really, really crazy characters like Arakune that are, you know, they just kind of break the rules of the game for a bit just to win.
The Breaker Dave special is playing any character that just spams things on the screen, whether it's Arakune and BlazBlue, Majin Buu and Dragon Ball Fighters, or Teddy, who he got second at EVO with back in Persona 4 Arena. Like, that is, or Merkava, who knocks you down and puts a bunch of worms on the ground. You have to deal with that in units.
But it's refreshing to see Breaker Dave playing someone like Gio, who's, you know, you could say a bit more linear, not, I don't want to say the word honest till we see that 2D hitbox, but, you know, very, very strong character, but like I said, pretty linear, straightforward, relies on strike throw a lot. And Breaker Dave still having a lot of great success with Gio here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's absolutely kind of refreshing to watch a player, especially a Breaker Dave's caliber, who is known for these wild and crazy and super elaborate like setups or mix-ups or neutral in general, playing somebody like Giovanna, who just dash kick, space all day, wait for the right moment and just punish them, and shows how strong that even if you do play all those other kinds of crazy characters, how strong your fundamentals need to be to carry you this far.
Yeah, definitely. And as we say that, Eno versus Chip here. Shadow versus YJK.
Yeah, another Eno versus Shadow matchup here. Or Eno versus Chip matchup here. So, gonna see if yeah, Shadow is definitely gonna have to do a little bit better against Chip this time if they do want to win. Blocking the Alpha Blades here, using what they learned in their match against Joe Biden, finding their way in. YRC though comes through, steals a turn and gets them out of the quarter, but YJK is in a really rough spot.
It's a Gamma Blade, it is +6, but you can try to jump out. Far S back down, nice. You get that hit here. Beautiful 5K, actually going over the 2S.
Ooh, that was a really greedy command grab, and YJK is going to pay for it. Shadow the Hedgehog able to clinch out that first round right now. YJK trying to apply a little bit more, finally getting a hit off one of those Alpha Blades. Gets a hit off another, and it's just right now mixing the heck out of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, you got to be ready to commit to blocking the other way once you see that K Alpha come out. It will always cross you up on the screen.
Ooh, Beta Blade does get blocked, though. This is going to be quite a bit of damage. Corner combo coming through. Double Chemical Love doesn't want to break the corner.
Tries to chase down after the K Alpha, but too slow on the dive.
Yeah, it's hard because all of Eno's, God, as a Dragon Ball player, I don't want to say it, but in all of her super dashes, her moves where she flies around, she has to charge them up if she really wants them to be worth anything. So it's really, really hard to be able to chase down people quickly and effectively. But Shadow the Hedgehog showing off what they're made of, taking game one of the set.
YJK playing a bit risky on certain things and getting really punished for it. That DP cost him a lot. You know, not the weakest character in the game in terms of damage, has great options to do major damage. Nice cheeky little resets as well.
Yeah. Eno's what I like to call a gambling character, all right? Because Eno, for those of you who have never played or fought this character for some reason, or just don't know, Eno has no grounded forward dash. Her forward dash puts her in the air. It's one of the most iconic things about her. It's her hop dash what allows her to mix. But the problem with that is that now Eno's neutral lacks that really able to finesse grounded approach. So a lot of Ino's neutral has to be like, all right, I'm going to hop dash forward and hit a button, or I am going to use my only grounded special move that moves me forward, which is Stroke the Big Tree, which is a low, but it is minus on the fast one, and the slow one, while being plus, is throwable. So a lot of the time, how Ino has to play neutral, and exactly what happens there, if it doesn't work out, is she has to say, okay, I'm going to do this right now, and hopefully it pays off for me.
Yep. That dive that gets memed at for being the neutral tool that Ino has doesn't meant to land here for Shadow here, and we're committing to the stroke. We've seen this in pools, I believe. He did this versus Breaker Dave. He got about 6 in. I believe Shadow was actually, I want to say the one that sent Breaker Dave. I might be misremembering that, but
maybe. I wouldn't be too surprised. It's Giovanna also doesn't really have a reversal and get off me tool for Ino, but Shadow the Hedgehog at the meter and definitely had to get off me tool there. And that dash that we are memeing on, while being a very strong tool in neutral and getting those hits and stuff like that, it is minus. It's minus on hit, it's minus on follow-up, unless you really charge it up and you take the time to make it something worthwhile there, or you have the meter to be able to RC it like that, which is exactly what Shadow's showing off about it. So Shadow is showing exactly how strong this character can be, blocks the YRC, and what YJK is going to have to burst to get her off.
Yeah, nice jump out of the corner. YJK committing to the J2K after getting a nice little reset after the tumble, committing to wreck that pressure, tries to swing with the 6P. YJK not biting, does get a nice punish on the failed jump out attempt there. Really
strong showing there. YJK making those adaptations, making that understanding of, okay, they're trying to go in this way each time. I'm just going to counter hit them out of it, even if I can't convert. Even if I can't get meaningful damage, I'm going to keep getting these hits, keeping her out, because she doesn't have the best long range options. She doesn't have a fast fireball. She doesn't have Chemical Love while being a good poke. Whiffs completely if you're running towards her or if you're crouching.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Chip does have access to Alpha Blade, which can actually go under the Chemical Love as well if they end up playing through. Not as great of a punch as it used to be, but it's still there. But just as we say that, Shadow taking the game with the perfect.
That's the thing, though. If Shadow can get going, that's Ino's strength. Ino is going to make you guess over and over and over. And what she lacks in safe neutral tools, she definitely makes up for in her ability to mix the ever-loving heck out of you.
Great rock, paper, scissors character, and right as we say rock, paper, scissors gets hit by the Senchu. YJK takes the damage here. Oh, improper safe jump gets DP.
These DPs definitely aren't working out for YJK, but all these random hits, being able to counter hit definitely is. The command grab comes through, is going to clinch out the round, tie it up 1 round apiece here in game 3.
Yeah, and we saw this versus Joe Biden as well. Shadow gets hit by leaf grab a lot, not ready to jump out at the side of it.
Ooh, there it is. That's leaving the gap. That's the danger of trying to go for the plus big tree right there. You can get DP'd, but the counter hit coming through. Super.
Chip bleeds. Chip bleeds. I knew that was gonna kill. The chip in me was like, you died.
You're not wrong. And honestly, the moment that he died, I was like, oh yeah, it's Chip. I get it. I understand. But there's that thought process of like, oh, they have 30% left. They're not gonna die off this. But it's Chip.
No, my Chip sense was tingling. I'm like, you messed up 10 minutes ago.
Next round, please. Hurry it up. I mean, yeah, you're a long time Chip player, all right. You're a long time Guilty Gear master over here. All right, you know what's going on.
Oh no, the DP. I have to hope that was Rekka and not DP, but just to say that 2 more DPs fly out.
You know what? We take it right now, but YJK definitely looking to tie it up right now. Throws out the music note, and YJK doing a great job of using his back dashes to build some space after blocking. Gets hit by the air-to-air. Blocks the Alpha Blade and gets the super dash in counter hit. This is going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, YJK is playing so committal, assuming he hit that Alpha Blade, already committed to the insta air dash JH, and great finish from Shadow, but just as I say that, gets tagged, and YJK will pick it up.
Yeah, you got to be ready to punish that super and jump right in and hit her out of the air. And if you're not in the position to, you're going to just have to respect it and sit back like YJK did there.
Ooh, JK lands, gets the next level situation for. Oh, beautiful 6P, beats out the Sentry finally. Ready for it. Blocks the wire. Big punish here.
Each counter hit is going to be big damage, carrying him all the way to the corner. Double overhead coming through into the super confirm. And that is going to be Shadow the Hedgehog on match point. YGK about to get their burst back. Shadow the Hedgehog almost there as well, but not quite as lucky.
Yo, YJK learning, doesn't commit hard after the Alpha Blade gets blocked. And just to get a punish on the dive. Nice JK from Shadow.
Oh, that was such a good Beta Blade coming in. First, get off of me. Oh, little short there, bud. Sorry to hear it. And YJK gonna convert into big damage here. Not enough to kill. Oh, you are greedy. Oh.
These DPs just are not working out yet. There is another one. Has to be the RC this time, but doesn't get the kills.
I can't believe this man went for overhead on an Eno that had 50 meter? You're crazy.
I don't know what to tell you. You know, once chip players see that last pixel, 6K becomes the most valuable tool they have.
I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him overhead.
I have to.
It's the only thing I know how to do. That
Master
or maybe an Alpha
once.
Blade. Maybe an Alpha Blade.
Oh, but yeah. But like we said, Shadow plays a bit more reserved than you'd expect. Not too many wake-up supers we've seen from them.
Yeah, YJK though? Wake up DP, that's their bread and butter, baby, and it is working out for them. It is getting them exactly where they need to go right now. Sure, they got punished 3 or 4 times, but also they hit it 5 to 6 times. That's a pretty good rate.
Getting smothered right now. Oh, just as they say that, nice jump out from RJK. Shadow again, as we saw in the Joe Biden match, not ready to punish. Triple jump K Alpha out.
Yeah, doesn't get anything too meaningful there. Gets thrown. Gonna have to deal with the pressure once again. Shadow the Hedgehog having no meter, so has to respect all of this. The throw coming through. Oh, gets hit. And that is gonna be round going over to YJK. Shadow the Hedgehog in a really rough spot now.
I'm so surprised that Eno 6P did not hit chip out of Alpha Blade there. JK got away with murder there. Nice JK to contest the jump out. Keeps Eno in the corner.
Strive is not a murdering game, all right? But sometimes you will get away with murder.
You say that as Soul kills me. Look,
I'm a Skullgirls player, man. That's a killing game. Oh, coming through, and that's gonna be a lot of damage. We're trying to go to game 5. Round 3 here. Great air throw coming through. And all the marbles is on this next round.
Yeah, I was so worried for Shadow after that drop super. Didn't get the kill. Let chip out for free. But did manage to salvage it with the air throw. Nice block on the Alpha Blade 2S.
Oh, great. Rekka's coming through right now. Jumps. He just keeps whipping the command grab and going into DP. And what's better yet is it keeps working, and I love it. Avoids the burst from Chip by going under with Stroke the Big Tree, building some space, and Shadow is now on a last hit situation. One touch will kill.
A D-bag from Shadow the Hedgehog, the dark hedgehog here. No, not like this.
Oh, you shouldn't have teabagged there, bud. You shouldn't have teabagged there, bud. Oh, no. Now you're in a hard knockdown situation with no reversal. And YJK knows the disrespect is going down and takes him out. Shadow the Hedgehog out of there. YJK wins it, baby. Oh!
All those teabags, you could have been throwing notes, doing something to help your neutral, but instead you just threw it.
You could have done something productive. You could have done something worth doing, and instead you chose to disrespect. You decided to make the chip player mad?
Yeah.
And you lost, and you now unfortunately have to hold that out. And that's how it goes. All right?
And it's funny that it was a chip because chip players have notoriously been teabagging people for 20 years
Yes.
because that's what our DP or our teleport input was.
Yes.
We had to teabag you to do our move.
That was my favorite.
OS.
Is that you were never sure if a chip player was disrespectful or not, and the answer was they're always disrespectful.
I mean, teleporting itself is just disrespect.
Absolutely, but we're gonna have to see the respecting coming in here from Breaker Dave versus Darkrai. See if this Gold Lewis is able to take down the Giovanna player himself.
Now I have to wonder if Breaker Dave has any Gold Lewis experience.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't.
Just whacked into the laser, not ready for it. Here comes the swinging.
This is the side of somebody who's never fought a Gold Lewis before, because he got hit by the laser and then ran up, did overhead Behemoth Typhoon. Breaker Dave blocks, gets hit, wakes up and is like, oh, okay, Behemoth Typhoon's an overhead, and then immediately does the low one, hitting Breaker Dave once again.
Oh. You know, Darkrai can take advantage and notice that Breaker Dave's not too used to Gold Lewis, can really run away with stuff like this.
Yeah.
And got hit by the drone and the 2K.
Yeah, Darkrai definitely looking to take this top 8 slot here. I mean, this top 4 slot, but Breaker Dave not going down without a fight. Good YRC coming through. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, as long as Breaker Dave's not blocking, they're fine. They don't got to worry about who they're hitting. He's going to take it.
And a lot of people could say, oh, Behemoth Typhoon's reactable. Breaker Dave has been telling me for 3 years now that they don't have reactions. They're just really good at guessing. They don't know what's ever going on. Plus buttons coming through. Counter hit on the cross up there. And now you're gonna have to block all this pressure once again. Gets clipped out of their jump. Gold burst though. Let's win neutral real quick.
Yo, that's laser time, dude. And very scary to block it in the air because it does bring you over Gold Lewis, and he can kind of run under and left right you a little bit.
Yeah, it was a really rough situation there because if Breaker Dave blocked it on the ground, they're opening themselves up to get overhead or load by Behemoth Typhoon. But if you block in the air, you're gonna get left righted. So what are you gonna do? In that situation, you're gonna lose to Darkrai, who had 100 meter due to that gold burst. And
if you're Red Ditto, you're gonna throw before that laser even touches you. That's what you're gonna do.
You'd be like, this guy's trying to mix me, huh?
Which is honestly maybe the better thing to do.
There's a reason Red Ditto's in Winners Finals right now, all right? Red Ditto's like, you trying to mug me, and then mugs them.
Ooh, almost got the fancy drone pop-up combo, but drone was only level 0. Not too many hits in it.
Yeah, the security level is building, though. Getting it back up. Great challenge, though, coming from the 6-framer, but the super comes through. You're going to have to eat this damage. Isn't close enough to break the wall, though, unfortunately.
Breaker Dave may not know which Behemoth Typhoon it is, but does know there's a hole there that a super can squeeze through. That's enough info that Dave needs. And the drone coming in clutch again for Darkrai. Gold burst out for Breaker Dave.
Yeah, I definitely can see Eddie saying after, like, dealing with Behemoth Typhoon once, there's a gap there. Like, but they probably then also got hit and were like, what? Huh?
Isn't there a fast one that doesn't have a gap?
There is a fast one that doesn't have a gap.
Yeah. So we'll see if Darkrai ends up bringing it out. Nice Rising JS from Breaker Dave here.
Yeah, and Breaker Dave able to block the overhead one. Finally some guesses coming through. Oh, the security drone is doing some work though. Jumps out of the Behemoth Typhoon. Doesn't want to deal with it. Cross up coming through. Applying the pressure.
Yeah, Darkrai now in the corner. No meter. Has to just hold his geo pressure. Gets tagged. Breaker Dave going in. Gets the throw. Ooh. I think a bit of a mistiming on that. Didn't get the first hit there. But does get some more throws. We'll be able to kill Baby Burst. Not going to matter.
Good, tying it up. Breaker Dave taking it round to round. Doesn't want Darkrai to get too big of a lead here, but the backhand comes through. Good burst coming from Breaker Dave. Doesn't want to deal with this pressure, and the DP will cover the jump in.
And there it is, another big Behemoth Typhoon. Getting the wall bounce combo, keeping the corner.
So much damage. Breaker Dave is in a really rough situation here, but the counter hit comes through.
Oh, there it is. Oh. The not System of Down reference.
And that is going to be 2-0 right now for Darkrai. Looking to take it over Breaker Dave and make it back into that top 4 where they will want to try to take a shot at YJK.
But yeah, that wake up super coming in clutch there for Darkrai. I'm surprised they didn't just do it to get the wall break in the first place.
Yes.
You can power it up by doing even more 360s.
You definitely can. I believe, doesn't that slow it down, or I could be wrong there? I'm not sure.
It does, but I feel like the wall stick should be enough to get the full one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a Gold Lewis player. I didn't win big Texas Summer tournament, so what would I know?
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
it was
the Jacko
called,
tournament.
It was called the Gold Rush.
The Gold Rush. Yeah.
Octo gave it a semi-professional name.
And just threw it away with this Jacko tournament. It's now the Jacko tournament.
Yep.
This Friday on Octopus Channel.
This Friday on Octopus Channel, see more Jackos. Unfortunately, no Jackos tonight, but...
Actually, we did start the day off with one. They just did not make it top 8.
Yeah, no top 8.
There
if you don't make top 8, did you really enter the tournament?
There's so many Jackos now that I think about it. There is 3 in a row.
Ooh, the YRC's the YRC challenges Breaker Dave while being minus.
Ooh.
Oh, and a great challenge.
Yep, that JS doing work today.
Alright. Ooh, anti-airs with the 5P there. Oh, and the Behemoth Typhoon clipping the feed. Great FPs, though, coming here from Breaker Dave. Doesn't want to take the chip damage.
Oh, Darkrai being very aggressive, challenging with Behemoth Typhoon, getting a trade that actually opened up the spacing kind of favorably for them.
Ooh, good burst. Gets him off.
Oh.
Street Fighter 4 confirms coming through, though. Break the wall.
Yeah, the free hitting far S, really easy to hit confirm off of and hit pretty far, but the laser is out. Breaker Dave tries to get the throw, was listening to me, but nice tech from Darkrai.
Definitely good showing, but thrown right into the corner here. Breaker Dave is in a really rough situation. Headbutts left and right, and that is going to tie it up. Darkrai is now on set point.
Darkrai got thrown too many times by Red Ditto earlier. Now ready for that. People do not want to hold the laser.
Look, you don't always want to hold the laser. And by that I mean I never want to hold the laser, alright? I'm not a blocker, alright?
Yeah, but it's the same way people would get out of meteors from Faust. You would try to get yourself into a throw state so you're in.
Yeah, that's what you want. You gotta do the Red Ditto strategy. And right now, Breaker Dave doing the strike throw back and forth.
Yeah, good block. Tries to contest, but Breaker Dave backdashes, but punished on the running DP there. Rising JS just working out because Gold Lewis is so tall that getting some stray hits in there and creating some pressure for Breaker Dave staying alive.
And we take it, you know? All right, that's going to be it. Gold Lewis will go down for that round, and Breaker Dave lives to fight another round. We're going to game 4.
You know, Breaker Dave learning the matchup in action live in front of us.
Crazy. It's almost like good fighting game players can adapt on the fly. That's crazy. You can't do that.
You know, Darkrai, though, would have won if it was 2 out of 3. So, y'all better be blessed to have this 3 out of 5.
What's the name of the Zato that won Exerd Evo way back in the day?
Ogawa?
Ogawa, yeah. Yeah, look, there are some players that don't need to do that. Ogawa just does whatever he wants. There's no rhyme or reason for that player. But right here, we are seeing Breaker Dave adapt and change and really play it out. Ooh, good hit. Oh, great confirm. Gonna get the wall break here with the super. Gets the knockdown. And Darkrai is in a really rough spot here. Good backdash comes through, but Breaker Dave just chasing him down.
Oh, the chip damage from the guard crush adding up. This is something new we haven't seen. We haven't seen too much of the guard break here.
Oh, but in this Behemoth Typhoon, you will get PRC'd.
Oh no, didn't have to punish.
Oh, no, Darkrai was definitely trying to burst bait there. He definitely jumped back with the button.
I'm gonna give Darkrai that credit because the Behemoth Typhoon does have those weird like 369 inputs and stuff like that. So we'll see. Hopefully they weren't being greedy and lost for it.
Yeah. Oh, bursts them right in the corner though. Breaker Dave now having to deal with this. Great challenges. Tries to make a big read with the aerial Behemoth Typhoon.
Yeah,
Doesn't
got
end up working
out. Nice fuzzy into the super. Like we said, this doesn't matter if you got hit. It is plus. And breaks the wall.
And gives super knockdown situation here. PRC backdash, drift back.
Blue RC backdash, I hope is something people start inputting a bit more. It's very, very strong, gets you pretty far away, and gives you the blue RC state. The DP coming out for Breaker Dave. Breaker Dave, 2-2 now.
Tie it up. That's my boy. That's my boy Eddie right here. All right, now people ask all the time, Kubo, why are you always so biased on your commentary? I mean, look at Breaker Dave. He's running it back right now. All right, you always love an underdog story.
Oh,
you get it? Because he's got a dog. He's got a dog.
Bark with me if you're my dog.
Bark, bark, bark.
But Breaker Dave, of course, no stranger to these top threes and
call
top
them
eights.
Barker Dave.
Barker Dave. Now that God take it.
But Darkrise right now barking up the right tree, getting the hits, but Breaker Dave challenging right back.
Cut their mic, cut their mic. It's gone wild. But nice backdash of what's the Geo 5H. But still in the corner. Nice throw.
Yeah, why haven't we started calling Chio's DP / anti-air move up dog?
Oh, actually, no, because that's reserved to Zappa's dog Flash Kick. That is the
well,
true
if
up
Zappa
dog.
comes into the game, she's just holding it for Zappa for now. For when Zappa, if Zappa makes it in, it's action time. Then it's gonna be a dog eat dog world.
Drone coming out, up dog, trading.
Oh, but Breaker Dave is getting challenged right now. Darkrai doing a fantastic job knowing when Breaker Dave is going for these swings, going for these punishes, and building a little bit more space, but gets hit out of the air by the super. Breaker Dave is not going to go down quietly. Oh, great burst.
Yeah, gets out the drone, committing to the DP, having to hold the drone now. The security level is pretty high. Oh, doesn't block the cross up now in the corner because of it, and the throw. Darkrai falling for these quite a bit.
Oh, counter hit coming through, and Breaker Dave tied up. This again. We are going to get last game, last round. Let's do it. See if Breaker Dave can make this happen.
Going for the chase down, Breaker Dave putting themselves in the corner, but we'll see if they can get out. The pressure strings from Darkrai so strong, especially if you're unfamiliar with Gold Lewis. Run up throw, give him the headbutt.
Yeah, this is so much guard break damage, so many overheads. Calls in the laser right now. Breaker
Oh no, you're
gonna
done.
get hit by it.
Oh, Darkrai, ready with the jump. Ooh, that was beautiful.
Since Gold Lewis is the Secretary of State. Why isn't he the Secretary of Defense?
Because he was more qualified for it. Kuba, come on.
I'm just asking. Daisuke's vision's getting a little weird to me.
Come on. We all know the cabinet is highly qualified professionals, best suited for their job. All right.
Yeah, nobody screams infrastructure planning like Gold Lewis Dickerson. All right.
But I'm so glad we have some Gold Lewis representation. It has been lacking.
No, like the joke is that he is the Secretary of Absolute Defense, chat, but in the story, he's the Secretary of State. It's so weird. Also, he's not Burger Sheriff.
Yeah. I caught that out. I'm like, there's no way this Burger Sheriff.
I don't think there could have been a more Daisuke moment than him saying, no, Burger Sheriff's his older brother.
That's some retconning.
That's some beauty right there. Just like the beauty of this next match, we are going into our winners finals. President of the United States got the whole cabinet behind him. Joe Biden versus Hoop Squad's own Red Ditto. Let's see it happen. All right, going into the spacing here, wants to try to check Joe Biden from approaching too freely here. Great alpha blades coming through, converting these hits. And Joe Biden looking to tie up the health difference fairly quickly in this game, but a great 6B comes through. Oh, but a better Beta Blade. All right.
Yep, getting these K Alpha cross-ups, sunblock the insert at JH, but there's the nerf JH again from Ram. Still working as intended.
Nah, she's unplayable now. Twitter told me she's bad.
Yeah, broken character.
Twitter told me that Ram is no good. Bad character now.
Oh, and just as we say that, here's Far S into run up Far S.
Oh man, it's bad character. Bad. Look at how bad she is.
Joe Biden with the triple jump K Alpha, and that's how you should be punishing stuff like that. Wait for the cross up, wait for it to land. Has so much recovery on it, and the burst bait. Red Ditto, perfectly awake.
Perfect. Oh, Red Ditto is looking so dominant right now. Not overextending, waiting for the right moments, and knowing when to go for these big punishes on Joe Biden. Joe Biden's got to turn to Kamala and be like, "Yo, am I playing a little wild right now?" And she'll be like, "Yes, Joe, you need to stop running in.
Do not come. Please hold back, Joe Biden."
But Kamala, it's a fighting game, not a blocking game. I know, Joe. But Joe, if you win, you can have ice cream. And he's like, "Ice cream, yay!"
Ice cream. Joe Biden hopefully can stop overcommitting with these K Alphas that are getting killed on the triple jump.
Ooh,
Nice
great
play.
counter hit and an even better burst coming in, but the Beta Blade goes right over and they both act like nothing happened. I love
Beta
it.
Blade's a movement.
All right.
JH.
Everything Chip does is a movement tool. I could forward dash or I could command grab.
They do the same thing?
They both put me forward. J2K, that puts me downwards.
But also forward.
But also, yes, every direction, wherever I want to go.
Beautiful side switch from Red Ditto. Not able to break the wall. Lets Joe Biden live. And the DP working there during the sword. Yo.
Joe! Joe really be like, "You want to see me run to that mountain and back? You want to see me do it again?" And it is definitely not working out for them right now.
The best part is if he would have done P Alpha there after the J2K, the lingering hitbox of Alpha actually protects you. Because it goes through them in a really weird way, but he did K Alpha.
Yeah, but why would you want to do K Alpha when you could go hard, faster? Oh, good command grab. Red Ditto respecting a little too much though, and Joe Biden is looking to take this round. Doesn't want Red Ditto to get too much of a lead here.
Yo, beautiful confirm. Unfortunately, just a few pixels short. There's the DP. And there's the JH nerf we saw. What's he gonna cry about?
6P. All right, throwing out the buttons right here. Getting a little bit of meaningful damage. Beta Blade coming in, bursting right back and forth, staying back. Just challenges after the J2K.
Walk forward for the corner carry. Misses the 5B though. Nice punish on the K off. And like I said, Joe Biden not getting away with it in this match versus Red Ditto.
Definitely seeing a lot of work going in here. And Joe will get hit overhead. Oh, counter hit actually. Why you mashed him? And Red Ditto is now up 2-0 in this winner's final.
Yeah, overcommitting there.
Very, very good showing so far from Red Ditto. Just playing their game, not letting their game plan get too out of whack, even though Joe is zooming all over the screen.
Sometimes too much zooming gets you in trouble, Joe.
You're gonna get a little sleepy. You're gonna go a little too fast.
Go a bit too fast here. Quit the malarkey. See what Joe Biden can do.
Red Ditto playing out of their mind? I don't know about that. I think Red Ditto has shown in several tournaments now that Red Ditto is just an incredibly solid player.
Yep.
We definitely see that once again. One of the Ramathals I definitely have seen winning a lot of these local online tournaments.
Yeah, the run forward from Joe Biden after the sword, getting called out by the far S.
Drift up. Hey! Splat him on the wall.
You know, Stripe doesn't have many AAA moments, but I'm glad Wall Run is one of them.
More games need AAA moments, all right? Get it together, Arxis.
It's not real guilty here unless they go AAA.
Absolutely. I mean, with Soul, you can do it. It's just far slash into far slash into
that
far.
Is not AAA.
Ow!
Oh, nice Rising JS from Red Ditto, stopping Joe Biden from getting out. But the J2Ks, where's the nerf?
Joe is definitely finding their right way in each time right now, but Red Ditto getting a lot of meaningful damage on the board here.
Ram only needs one. Oh, no punish. Could have just committed to the Slamma Jamma. I still don't know the proper name. The Deadpool has ruined me.
You mean the windshield wipers? The
Oh, there we go.
Definitely the proper name. Yeah, that button's nerfed. Yeah, hella nerfed. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
The JS, just such a big great wall for Joe Biden to get through, but Tag jumping out.
Yeah, Red Ditto tying it up, set point. Joe Biden about to get their burst back, but this is definitely going to be hard for them to deal with. Counter hit on the far slash.
Oh, the clashes are going crazy.
Oh!
There's the burst. Maybe that'll wake up Sleepy Joe.
This is very, very good right now for Joe Biden. Whatever the Secretary of Agriculture is now popping off in the background going, get him, Joe, get him!
Oh, nice jump out with the K Alpha, not punished by Red Ditto, who's doing a great job of punishing it earlier, letting him slip. Again, there it is, the far S punish. Can't get too much though.
Now, there's that backdash BRC that you were talking about a little bit earlier. Good hits coming through though, gets the low, take him up. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, no!
Joe Biden with the hard read.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Didn't kill them too hard for that burst though. And not like this.
Oh, in the words of Dadpool, the Slamma Jamma comes through. Let's pet the dog and eat a hamburger because Red Ditto is going on to Grand Finals winner's side. And Joe Biden's going to have to take a quick nap for that one.
Oh, if there was ever a Slamma Jamma moment, that is definitely
the big
it.
Slamma Jamma moment.
God,
right?
that did so much
right.
damage.
Little slamma, maybe a little jamma, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Go to Danny's, get you a Grand Slamma Jamma. The Ram special. Just a burger.
Red Ditto hitting on DoorDash, being like, oh, can I get a Grand Slamwich? That's what I want. But we're going into loser semis. Look, there are no souls in top 4 of this tournament, but there's 2 chips. Coincidence? I think not. Clearly, Soul was nerfed into the ground. He needs to be buffed.
True, and they weren't in some other Wednesday tournament that I will not name.
All of them? Every tournament?
No, the Panda tournament.
Every tournament? Every single tournament?
Oh, no. Now this will be interesting because Chip versus Gold Lewis is so volatile and really hilarious, honestly. And this is where we see the crosser protected reversal super really come into play, because when chips get too crazy in K Alpha, that is so vulnerable to Gold Lewis super.
This definitely looks like a very funny matchup because due to the slow buttons and slower jump startup for Gold Lewis, it definitely seems like it would be hard for him to punish a lot of chip stuff. But also he's so fast that he can't really deal with it. So he's going to get opened up like that sometimes. But then there's other rounds where he's going to be like, you know what? Screw it. In this Behemoth Typhoon, Chip Xanoff will die. And then you hit it once and he explodes.
Yeah, and in this, the fact that things like that will trade are actually so crucial for Gold Lewis, is that taking the risk and just hoping for a trade actually could reward you so greatly if you get the right button.
Definitely seeing that right now, and YJK applying the pressure, anti-airing with the low. Okay. Beta Blade into RC. YRC unfortunately will not connect. Jump D coming through, but not able to get anything meaningful off of it. Backdashes the command grab, but goes immediately into that Beta Blade that has been doing so much work for YJK. He might die here.
Yep. Here's the life deficit. Barely alive. Does have a burst if YJK wants to win this round, or hold it for the next. We will see the PRC. Here's a gold burst, betting it all. The PRC gets 5-3. Didn't let it connect. Honestly, I don't know if it would have lost still.
Oh, that is really rough for YJK here. No burst going into this last round. Tons of damage on the board here for Darkrai. That's 10% of his health. That's 15% of his health. That's 25% of his health. This is exactly what the prophecy.
Like I said, taking the risk here rewards you so much instead of just letting Chip run over you. And just like that, in what, 10, 15 seconds, Darkrai takes the first win over YJK.
In this Behemoth Typhoon, you are going to take damage. All of it. Your entire health bar is going to go away because Darkrai is showing exactly how destructive this character can be once they get going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and another thing to note too is even though the buttons are slow, it is helpful to point out that nothing Chip usually does is actually ever plus. Effectively, he does have the buttons to really negate that fact, but at the right distance, Goldblue can put a button out and hope Chip runs into it really dangerously. And big Behemoth Typhoon managing to catch YJK. Oh, very scary here. Doesn't get the cross up. Good blocks. That completely got me.
That's going to be quite a bit of damage here, tying it up very quickly. YJK definitely trying to get a game on the board. But Darkrai, being one of the bigger characters, he's got a bit bigger of a health pool. He can take that damage, and he can take those rounds when he gets those meaningful hits like that. Darkrai looking to make it 2-0.
Yeah, and like I said, Darkrai really aware of the space and positioning here. Like I said, if you put yourself in the right spacing, Goldblue can put a button out before Chip gets to run back into his range where he wants to.
All right, applying the pressure right now. Gamma Blade coming through, more plus frames. Big hit out of the air, no place for Goldblue to get out. Throws out the Behemoth Typhoon, but YJK is doing such a good job right now, just not letting Darkrai play their game plan.
Trying to swing the JD though from Goldblue comes out. Nice, gets the guard break, sets the red RC behind it. Catches YJK pressing something after the guard break. I'm not too sure what you would do though.
That was a beautiful link coming through there. Love it.
Yeah, good stuff to Darkrai, the Goldblue master so far.
Hey, that's who Darkrai is, man. He is putting in that work and he is showing it off.
2-0 on the verge of eliminating YJK. This is loser semi, so winner of this will move on.
Duel 1.
All right, let's see it here. Trying to apply more of that pressure. Gamma Blade coming through. No air throw, ends up getting clipped out of the air. Has the security drone, but it will run out. JD though, and then into the inadvertent burst bait. All of this guard crush damage is doing so much work for Darkrai right now.
Nice DP on the other side as well on the cross up. Okay, Alpha, up back into it, leaves Chip at advantage. Good red RC, gonna run forward to get the corner carry. Not quite there to fully convert, but does get the corner.
All right, applying the pressure over and over, gets the anti-air there. Blue RC to make themselves a plus after the whip. Darkrai can just not find a way out right now. This is so hard for them to deal with. Tries to backdash the command grab, but YJK taking the round.
Yeah, as we saw earlier, backdashing versus so very scary to do if you don't have a really good backdash, and Goldblue does not have that. But big damage here, cashing it in. One combo can seal the deal. Gets hit by the drone. Here comes the guard break damage.
Yeah, they cannot find their way out. And that's just what Goldblue does if he's able to get you in the corner and start going like that. Darkrai on set point. YJK is really going to have to try to run this entire thing back. But the Cold Burst into the laser here is a really rough situation to be starting with. Great block on the overhead, but even more damage coming out from Darkrai.
Yeah, that guard break damage ain't nothing to stop that. Oh, is it going to be a full punish on the DP?
Oh, instant cross-up coming through here, but not able to get anything meaningful off of it.
Good block on the K Alpha, not on the P Alpha though. Put back into the corner, gets thrown.
Ooh, blocks the overhead. RC comes through, hits him low. Has a full security meter on deck the moment they are able to find their way out, but YJK is just not letting that happen. They have burst on deck. Darkrai is gonna need a miracle to be able to win this round right now. And there it goes. YJK taking their first game of the set.
Yep, staying alive there. The pressure on Gold Lewis, pretty meaningful there. You have to really just keep it tight. Don't let any gap in that can potentially result in a trade, because trades here are not your friend.
Yeah, it's not even a question. Do not have friends as Chip whenever you trade. There are very rare situations where they work out for you.
Yeah, definitely. Very scary, especially if it costs you a knockdown as well. Very momentum boost here for Darkrai. Able to run it back with some guard breaks. We'll see how this match comes back. And Drone.
Right. Doesn't want to go for the up-down combo. Just instead takes some damage. Gets the Alpha Blade. The 6P coming through there, though. Good backdash coming from YJK, and they are building all the momentum in the world for this set. This is exactly what they need to be doing if they want to win this game.
Yeah, the blue RC. Oh no, gets DP'd though.
Don't you hate it when you're trying to approach and they just raw DP you in neutral? I do.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Sad part is Gold Lewis was just so big that he got hit by that DP.
And look, he's a Texas-sized boy with a Texas-sized appetite, all right?
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Oh, did catch YJK jumping out of the drone and got baited into the combo, but for the burst out of Gold Lewis here as well.
Yeah, this
again.
Is exactly what they need. YRC, back and forth, counter hit coming through. OTG with the coffin, and we are going again into match point for Darkrai here.
Oh, catches the Rekka. Unfortunately, didn't commit to the Senchu.
Oh,
yo, that could have been the sick conversion. Does get a nice little reset.
You need to stop mashing, Darkrai. It is not working out for you right now. Positive bonus on the side of Chip. This is really not good for Darkrai. Oh. Nothing meaningful able to come out of it though. J2K into the command grab. Doesn't have the meter to be able to convert it though. Yeah, Alpha Blade overhead, and is able to stop the Behemoth Typhoon before it deletes him. YJK tying it up 2 apiece for this set right now. Let's go.
Gold Lewis fighting for his life here in this top 8. Chip buttons are just so fast.
He's a dead Texas-sized 10-4, good buddy. That's just how it's gonna go down.
Yeah, and another negative to being so big is that you can do really weirdly spaced K alphas that wouldn't hit other characters, but will still hit Gold Lewis because he's so tall.
Yes. And we saw one of those happen in the corner. It's a situation where he was crouching and it still hit him right in the face.
Yep.
Good burst coming through. Gonna have to deal with this pressure, but is able to stop Gold Lewis from getting anything started. That is one of the weaknesses of the character. He is a little bit slow. Ooh, good damage coming through. YJK seeming to have adapted and figured Darkrai out here. But Darkrai is not done yet.
Oh, no.
Great burst bait.
Yeah, really gonna make this count here. Should be able to break the wall. Might get the kill. Will.
In this Behemoth Typhoon. Oh, that is everything Darkrai needed. Has the momentum back on their side once again.
YJK committing to the 2S, 2H on the whip and got punished for it.
I think after getting that burst baited, they're a little shook right now. Now they're having to deal with all of this pressure, and Darkrai, after giving up 2 games and a round, are willing to take it all with the perfect. Get in the UFO, and Darkrai will be moving on to losers finals.
Just like that, Darkrai adjusting to these DPs that were coming out uncontested from YJK. Finally punishes the Beta Blade with the throw the way you're supposed to, the way the Lord intended. And
doing it for us thick ones out there, all right? I understand, Darkrai. You're doing it for us. Making it happen, but you can also do it for the players right now. We have plenty of codes left. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. Use the Matcherino, people. Click that claim code button. We're at $9.83. We got plenty of codes, all right? We know you can use them. Trying to get those. We're in top 3 now. Not a lot of time. Use the codes and do those sponsor quests as well. Click on all that stuff. It helps us greatly. I'm not taking any money out of the pot. My boy Sandwich isn't taking anything out of the pot. All right, that all goes to the players, and we want to pay them for what they are worth for giving us such a good show tonight.
Yeah, we have 35 codes. That amounts to like $10. It's just 10 free dollars just sitting there. If you want to do any of the click quests as well on the side, they are super easy, super quick. Just hit it. You just got to follow some people on certain things, go to a couple websites. Nothing's going to steal your social security. Nothing's going to steal your password.
I'm going to steal your password.
Yeah, don't give it to
I'm going to steal it. Gonna do it. Sorry.
Steal your identity. Sign up for the worst newsletters possible.
Yes, hello. I am a red ditto.
Hey guys, Darkrai's game got bugged. He has to restart and come back in, so it'll take a little bit.
Okay, sounds good, everybody. We're gonna take a short break. Darkrai's game seems to be bugged, so don't go anywhere. Go grab some water. Go pee. Do whatever it is you people do whenever you're waiting for matches to start. I know I'm definitely gonna go pee.
So you gotta go pee. Go ahead, dude. Go pee.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead. Walk it out, dude. Go. Like take 10 steps to your right or left.
No. I'm a professional.
Oh, you have a cup. You have a cup right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, worked at Amazon, ready.
Oh, just right there. Okay, all right. I was gonna
we're fine.
I was gonna say, is your cup on the floor? Then that would be making a statement.
No, that's where my jug is.
It's where your jug.
Yeah, that's where my moonshine style jug that I pee into when I'm gaming.
Hey,
That's
so did any Jackos play this week?
There were a lot. There were so many Jackos, but of course, they just didn't get the top 8. Probably just too new character. Yeah. Right when we started stream, there were 3 in a row. There were 3 Jackos in a row. It was insane. It was like Jacko Palooza.
Nice.
Yeah.
That she seems pretty good, right? Like on a high level, like it seems like you have to study, but
yeah,
she's got a lot of potential, huh?
She seems like what people expected early Zato to be. Like a very, very like left-right heavy mixed character by using your puppets. Weirdly enough, she's very close to like Venom. From what I've heard,
don't let her hear that. He's gonna.
That's what I've heard. I've been told that she has moved away from her old sense and moved a little bit closer to that. I'm not saying she's exactly Venom, but it's a lot of like spacing things down at the right point and using that to be able to get the hit.
Yeah. She's a weird mix. The couple problems she does have that I think might get negated as they get better with the characters. There's no real threat of overheads. She has to rely on 5D a lot, kind of like Sato does now.
Yeah.
But you have minions out, and minions have a guard point as well to protect themselves and Jacko. So you can do some cool stuff with it. It's just, like you said, it's going to be super technical and hard to do. I think she's going to have the problem that she used to have where her matchups kind of get skewed really hard one way or another. She's going to be really good in certain matchups. She's going to destroy like Pot and Gold Lewis and people like that, but she might struggle against people who have better defensive options. And
yeah, it definitely seems that way. Like that sometimes, like there's just gonna be a gap that she can't really deal with, and then they're gonna DP out, and then congratulations. And from what else I've seen is that her buttons they're not bad by any means, but they're not like the best buttons in the game. Like
yeah, she does have good things going for her too, though. There's like her 2D, it's super. I think it's 2K. 2K is super low profile. I mean, her 2D is too. It's a slide, but she takes some work. She is gonna rely a lot on like resource management, so people really got to learn how to do that now that her minions are tied to a meter and they're just not like set it and forget it like she used to be.
Yeah.
And they go away on block and hit, which is something that used to be her like thing, is that like little homie's gonna save you mid combo by smacking them mid combo. She doesn't have that privilege anymore, and now her pile driver is jumpable after super flash. So that's something we gotta see how that develops.
Yeah.
It's probably their intention not to use it that way. They want you to combo it.
That or like a reversal.
A reverse. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. She used to have a normal command grab that she doesn't have anymore. So we'll see how it comes out. It does wall break, which is a cool thing. But yeah, it does go very far forward, and yeah, like you said, it can be a reversal too, because she doesn't have her old DP anymore. Her old, the brain dead 2D as my DP input. That's gone, so she has no real defensive options anymore. And now her JD, her fireball, doesn't shoot 3 balls anymore. It only shoots the 1.
So what character do you want in this season?
I want to see what they do with the old, like the set play characters, like Testament and like Zappa. That, like, I want to see how they translate them into the game. I know a lot of people like fear Zappa, but like I've seen all the iterations of him, and he's just so cool in how they made Ghost a like weapon. Like, just the idea of that archetype is super cool. And he's in the story in like since Exert, so it's kind of like I want to see how Zappa translates now. But characters I think would be easy to put in are like Slayer would be really easy, probably Johnny too, though I do not want Johnny.
What? Why? Why don't you want Johnny, man?
Oh god, I can't imagine Mistfinder in this game. Oh god. I hated that thing. Or Biking. I did not want Biking.
There's a lot, you know, there's like a lot of characters people don't want because they were too good in previous, or not really Exert, but old school Guilty Gear, like Testament for sure, Zappa for sure. Like, they're just so ridiculous to fight against, or a Cliff or something like that. You know, it's like so ridiculous to fight against. But like, this is Strive makes them play a bit different. They're not the same.
Yeah, that's the thing. They'll get the Eno treatment where they're either gonna be like really kind of awkward to put in their state, or they get like a complete makeover, and I want to see what they do with them. Robokai is another one that I want to see, like, just design wise. I think
Robokai.
I do love me some Robokai. If Robokai comes through, it's absolutely time. I definitely want to see that character, see how the heads play into it, and the explosions, and the meter. And I want more of those unique meter mechanics we've seen before in Guilty Gear, because there's not quite a lot of them here. I mean, we have right now Gold Lewis, which with his security meter, which is really nice, and I'm glad that we're getting new characters like Gold Lewis, Nago, Geo. From the leak, apparently we're getting Happy Chaos, who I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
But we will have to see.
You know, that's something I think Gear used to do super great that like is kind of missing, is there's like character identity in the way they play through use of meters. Like Abba had her blood gauge, which I thought was super cool, like both aesthetically and gameplay wise.
Yes.
And you know, that's something that like Mirror would have in like Killer Instinct. I think it's super cool when people do stuff like that, and I'd love to see like Abba again. But just stuff like character identity kind of feels like it's just coming down to like how good your buttons are.
Yeah, but it's time to see how good your buttons are when you have very, very slow ones and you're fighting the President of the United States of America, because we have Losers Finals, Darkrai versus Joe Biden for you right here.
Well, yeah. And we're gonna see how Darkrai deals with another chip back to back.
Yeah, lots of pressure coming in right now. The President of the United States of America, great jump out coming from Darkrai. Throwing out the security bomb.
Fortunately, Gold Lewis button too slow to get a full punish on the... Oh, I like that JP jab, the check.
That was the latest DP hit I've ever seen. I did not know it was that active, and right now, Joe Biden is in a really rough spot, but swapping it right into Darkrai, trying to get that wall run mix going, but Darkrai is blocking everything that's being thrown at him.
Yo, my man's like, this is fake. This is all fake, dude. I'm just up backing right now. But getting tagged low, having to hold all this. Joe Biden, the movement that he's known for in plus R being finally seen here in Strive.
Definitely seeing it. This is my president right here, doing the cross-ups, getting the hits, and Gold Lewis cannot deal with it. Joe Biden taking these hits. Oh, good gold burst on the back dash. Throws out the super.
Yeah, checking to see what the option was after the RC, and just Joe Biden, the patience rewarded for it.
Joe Biden is definitely taking what he can here, getting the late cross-up coming through on the Alpha Blade, and Darkrai finally clipping him out, throwing out the machine gun, but isn't able to get anything meaningful here. And Joe is doing such a good job of poking in and out of Gold Lewis's threat range over and over.
The in-air to JH, straight into a jump cancel J2K, keeping up the pressure, going for these TK alphas. Just another trick that Joe Biden has, going for the PRC into JH and stole the corner. I think Darkrai walked out of it.
Oh, all that guard crush damage coming through on the Behemoth Typhoons. Low on health, though, gets clipped by the Alpha Blade once again, has to block, doing a great job FDing so they don't get crushed, but the last second will get hit low. But Darkrai drops the combo, leaving Joe Biden alive. Beta Blade coming through.
The J2K going uncontested. And the JD for Gold Lewis will get that kill there. Darkrai not afraid of the 6P from Joe Biden at all.
Tie up those rounds right now, taking it back and forth. Burst almost back on Joe Biden, coming back right there on the hit. Instant cross-up coming through, throwing out the security drone. Joe Biden at half health.
Yeah, little Robo homie keeping it safe, kept going after getting hit. Nice Behemoth Typhoon, big damage, sets up the drone again. The far-reaching 2D here. Gold Lewis, nice burst, keeping Joe Biden alive.
Throwing out the Shuriken, pulling up right in their face. Darkrai having to deal with all these fast buttons while being a 6-framer, but throws out the Behemoth Typhoon. Has to FD through the whole thing, but doesn't have enough meter. And Darkrai will take game 1.
Yeah, that's one of the changes, actually. That did happen in this patch. Now the machine gun does interact with the security level. I believe it didn't do that before.
Wow.
So it does get a bit more damage out of it now. I don't know if it extended the length or anything. But I did think that was something that existed before. Now I think it's a pure damage buff or hit stun buff.
Yeah, I believe it always extended the length, but I guess if they added damage on top of it, that's great for Gold Lewis. He definitely needed a couple of things to really push him a little bit further. He was a little bit weak when he came out, so it's nice to be able to see people see some weapons.
Nice contest here from Darkrai. This one 5P. Trade gets him out of that pressure string again. Challenging.
All right. Ooh, Gold Burst is blocked, but isn't quite able to punish it, a little bit too far away. Joe Biden trying to apply the pressure here. Darkrai getting opened up by the Alpha Blade. Happening back and forth. Just simply too tall, hitting him in the head over and over. Good burst coming from Joe Biden. Doesn't want to let Darkrai run away with it.
Yeah, using the Alpha Blade PRCs to create some movement, create these situations with the Drift RC as well. The TK not catching.
Run up DP. Just, I love that Joe Biden is using these opportunities, taking all these little hits over and over and over. Not trying to go for anything too crazy. He knows that Darkrai isn't blocking the Alpha Blades, and even when he does, he's able to get away, no problem. So just keep throwing it in, death by 1,000 cuts, and it's definitely working out for Joe Biden right now.
And the run up to S2H, the whiff cancel so strong. And nice, gets the J2K out of the corner, and it actually keeps the same side, keeps the corner, going for the wall run combo. Unfortunately, Joe Biden wasn't ready for the wall bounce, thought it was going to wall break on the 6H.
Yeah, not quite enough damage. Daisuke didn't decide that you were too cracked and decided to end your combo. So, unfortunately, you are going to have to go back into a little bit more of this neutral situation.
Nice, catches the backdash with the... Oh, wow, that did not hit crouching.
Oh, that is going to be it. Joe Biden tying it up. 1-1 for this loser's final right now. All right, we're going to have to see if Darkrai is able to get things started like he did in that first game, able to get those big damage hits, bringing it through. But Joe Biden is doing a great job just playing outside of that threat range, going in only when he knows he can get the hit, going in only when he knows he can make something happen. And outside of that is just letting these Behemoth Typhoons whiff, letting these security drones whiff, and Darkrai just can't find a way to pin him down.
And the Beta Blade right away. Joe Biden does not care, wants to challenge. And...
Biden. Tail is old as time. I'm gonna do a minus move and then DP. We've been seeing that since the original Street Fighter days. Definitely working out.
Like in the PRC on the Gamma Blade to create some safe pressure. Really hard to see as well behind the clone.
Ooh, good backdash, but unfortunately does get clipped. Joe Biden is just checking every single thing Darkrai is trying to do to get out of this pressure. Good block coming through, and Joe Biden will capitalize, do a ton of damage, and send Darkrai through the wall, taking the round.
Yeah, great job converting off that. Did get the Senchu to combo there. Gold Lewis is a big boy. And the Behemoth Typhoon causing the guard break. Nice backdash from Joe. Gets away from it. And the Senchu again. Yeah, unfortunately, the tumble does not last that long. Pushed too far out. Combo drop. Drone is out. Here we go.
Oh, gets the punish on the whiffed Alpha Blade here. Decides to meaty, and that is going to be a dead character. Darkrai tying it up 1 round apiece. We're just going back and forth.
Darkrai. I'm loving the punish here on the K Alphas. Joe Biden getting away with it too much earlier in this bracket.
Ooh, just again deciding to meaty. Doesn't think Joe is going to throw out that Beta Blade. Definitely keeps working out for him. Gets the hit coming through.
JH hits twice. You got to be ready for it. And Joe Biden with the meaty timing on the Gamma Blade. This is really hard to deal with if you do not. No.
Oh no, Darkrai! No, you got thrown either 4 or 5 times in a row, and Joe Biden is gonna get that hard knockdown.
Yeah, that's unfortunate if you're new to seeing Gamma Blade. It's able to be timed meaty that it's safe to most reversals. And it lets Chip kind of do some gimmicks because it is I think the only actual plus move Chip has. So very strange to not be able to jump out or deal with anything. You just have to kind of hard commit and hold the Gamma Blade and do something after.
Yeah, Darkrai needed to hold up or something there because it just definitely was not working out right now. And very, very unfortunate. Joe Biden is now only 2 rounds away trying to get this rematch in Grand Finals against Red Ditto. And I definitely, you know what, I'm a Darkrai fan. All right, I want to see this Gold Lewis take gold all the way to the top. But unfortunately, Joe Biden is just a force to be reckoned with. That is why he is the president of the United States.
Yeah, kind of fortunate that he didn't get put into the corner, but just as I say that, in the corner, dealing with the K Alpha mix now, can wall cling after and just drop down with the JH. Gold Lewis kind of slow on the buttons, might not be able to get a 5 team time if they're not early ones.
Up, jumps through right there though, and is gonna immediately try to tie up this damage a little bit. PRC to make himself plus and safe. He's in a very tough situation. Say it back.
Here comes the guard breaks, chipping away at Chip's health, gets tagged, and that is it. No!
No!
His stubby little legs.
Oh my god.
Joe Biden can run away with this, but the DP? What?
I'm fairly certain that was a misinput. I think that meant to be K Alpha.
No.
But I could be wrong. I gotta give Joe the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I think he was thinking Darkrai would contest with JS.
I guess so, but that was a hell of a thing to try to think he's going to contest with JS there. And the low Behemoth Typhoon is going to bring him back to the other side. And Darkrai is going to tie it up to a slot.
Chip has no air specials with S in the air. Yeah, it had to be a hard commit, I think, on the DP. I think. I'm not too sure what else Joe Biden would have wanted there.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
unfortunate.
I like this from Joe Biden, taking a walk, making sure his legs don't get a blood clot. Getting some air in there. Tossing the ball.
Ow! The hell?
Going into this last game here, we're on game 5 of Losers Finals. All right, let's see it. Who's gonna win, President of the United States or the Secretary of State himself, Gold Lewis? All right, throwing in the defense, throwing in the blocks right now, trying to make it happen. Good burst coming through, getting Joe Biden off of him. We are seeing this Behemoth Typhoon get the damage in, wants to take some of that chip with the machine gun here, had a full security bar. Going into it, over and over.
On the DP. Oh, able to get a tiny conversion off the PRC there, but kind of hard to salvage. Pretty low to the ground. Nice YRC to the corner. Joe Biden has to hold this.
Yeah. I believe one of those meant to be Behemoth Typhoon, but instead he just got the H. And now he's going to have to hold this pressure in the corner once again. J2K into the Alpha Blade, and that is going to be the round. Joe Biden on match point.
Oh, nice backdash. Avoids the far S5. Oh no, the 2S, 2H catches Gold Lewis here.
Lots of damage. The backdash getting caught though. Unfortunate. Bursts him into the corner, throws him. The reversal will get thrown.
Oh, no.
And this is going to be huge damage coming through right now.
And here we go.
Turn the butter. Turn the butter. That's a Texas size 10 over there, good buddy.
Yep, broke the glasses, you know, it's full damage. Gold burst coming up for Joe Biden. The PRC shenanigans are back.
That was such good blocks there coming from Darkrai. Gonna get the hit here. We're going for, I think, like the 4th time in this top 8. Game 5, last round. Incredibly close matches tonight. And Darkrai is definitely gonna try to have to find this big hit on Joe Biden.
Approaching with the 2S, 2H. Gold Lewis, unfortunately, can't do too much. Nice challenges with the Behemoth Typhoon.
With a Behemoth Typhoon? This Behemoth Typhoon?
One of the many.
One of the several.
Oh
my God.
They just work for Joe Biden. YJK didn't work. Joe Biden, I think he'll start working.
Yeah, every time Chip blocks one of these Behemoth Typhoons, though, a big chunk of his life is going through, or a big hit will come through there. Tries to cross up, challenges the J2K in the air with his fist. None of that. This is my airspace.
Oh no, the K Alpha actually tagging Gold Lewis on the way back down. Forces the burst out of Darkrai, able to get the drone, but doesn't combo fully.
This is so rough. Joe Biden having him in the corner, gets the counter hit though. Trying to find their way out, and Darkrai takes it over Joe Biden. That's a gold rush right there. Darkrai will move on to grand finals.
Grand finals. It will be a Gold Lewis in grand finals of WNF.
Yep.
That's great to see.
The chips are out. I'm sorry that I said it earlier, Ruben. Chip is not top 3. Gold Lewis is top 3.
Obviously.
That is what we are seeing here.
Obviously, you got a 360, you got to be top.
Yeah, it goes Soul Bad Guy, Ramlethal Valentine, and then Gold Lewis Dickerson.
Oh no!
What a tier list, baby!
Sad day for Joe Biden. Will not be in the top 2. Have to go back there.
This Behemoth Typhoon! We round start with it, getting the hits, and Red Ditto is feeling the gold rush itself. So much damage coming through over and over, and that's going to be a strong start for Darkrai with the perfect.
I'm loving this. Getting some revenge on Red Ditto. Red Ditto did send Darkrai to losers.
I'm a big Darkrai fan here. JD coming through, getting the hits. OTG throwing out the security bomb. Getting clipped by the JD over and over, cannot find their way out here, tries to go into the chip him out loop, but unfortunately can't get him, but throws him right back.
Oh, the YRC gets bursted immediately. Bar S5H for Ram, but getting tagged by the JD. Here comes the Gold Lewis Typhoons.
Oh, you are not gonna, I learned from our last set, Red Ditto. I am the Secretary of State, and I'm gonna backdash that.
Oh, beautiful backdash. Darkrai with the quickest of wins.
Yeah, we are seeing it. He's trying to bring it back right now.
You know, has a long road ahead, has to reset the bracket and then take another set. We'll see how fast Gold Lewis can make that happen.
Yeah, you know Garuda Impact? What if I had 8 of them? What if I had 8 Garuda Impacts?
What if I had 8 Garuda Impacts and some of them hit overhead?
and some of them hit low. and one of them was just a string.
The best part is there's that version where they can do the like TK version over you and hit the cross up,
Yes.
and it can just either be the overhead or low and hit.
Yep.
Swanging.
I believe all the aerial versions do hit mid, unfortunately, but I could be wrong. I don't have Gold Lewis's interactions memorized.
Bro, you don't have that giant pizza graph?
I don't
memorized
have
that
don't
everyone
have the
posted?
pizza graph. I'm sorry, unfortunate.
Ooh, but gotta up the carb intake, take that pizza. And full confirm from Red Ditto here.
No, this Behemoth Typhoon. Oh, great pokes here coming from Red Ditto. And that is going to be the round. Red Ditto trying to run it back. Wants to keep the advantage here. Has plenty of time to adapt.
Oh my god, jumped over the 2K, just got 6 feet. I like this from Red Ditto, walking back to take the spacing advantage, stay at the tip end of bar S5H.
And that's the hardest part of this matchup for Gold Lewis. He's so tall that that heavy slash will connect with him, even if he is on the ground. And that is going to be game 2 going over to Red Ditto, saying perfect right back.
I'm loving this, the quick rounds, back and forth, keeping the tension high.
I love what I'm seeing from Darkrai here. It's Gold Lewis is such a hard character, not only execution-wise, because you have to memorize 8 different half-circle inputs and which ones go where, but also the fact that he's so slow and he's so big, and you really have to play around the space that other characters have on him. And so when you see a player like Darkrai getting these hits and being able to make it happen, you see exactly why this character does the damage and is viable in the way that it is.
And just like that gold burst for Red Ditto here, and it's so impressive when Ram has meter for the PRC stuff.
Hit him with the windshield wiper, knock him across, has positive bonus, now calls in the laser. Oh, you were gonna get hit here, bud.
Can't believe you started swinging when the laser was coming, especially when Red Ditto was the one who was giving his laser the best.
Oh my god, the range though on that jab is so good. Even if you tech it, you are in a really rough situation. Darkrai taking the round and still has their burst on Red Ditto. Alright.
A little dash from Darkrai to get some positioning, trying to get in as best as they can, but that far is 5H. So hard to play around.
Yeah, he's just too big. Imagine if Gold Lewis lost like 100 pounds. How he'd be a top tier immediately.
Try to go on the
5-frame jab.
Oh, the laser coming in. Has to hold it. I like this change from Darkrai. Didn't just fully advance behind the laser like he did in their first set and got thrown for it, but waited a bit till laser actually connected.
Yeah, unfortunate though. Missing the meaties and ending up getting thrown. All this pressure coming through. Darkrai is having to deal with all of this Ramethal pressure in the corner, and the charged dust coming through, tying it up 1 round apiece.
All
right.
Chip down playing in chat. I have to say Chip.
No. Sometimes you gotta try to save your boy. I understand. But Axel actually sucks, so I get to complain about it.
Okay. Let's not forget our first WNFs here, where Axel is just
That's
like
crazy. People don't want to fight
everywhere.
the Stoner in the first week of a game. That's insane. That's never happened in every game ever. All right. Going, though, right now, Darkrai not in the worst of positions. Red Ditto, though, throwing out that 6P, able to clip and keep Darkrai held in the corner, just throwing this over and over, and that big body is going to bite him in the butt. Red Ditto taking game 3 here of this set, and is now on set point, tournament point. Did you save Chip yet?
No, Valle is giving them misinformation.
Oh, was that it?
No, so
No.
Chip actually got a secret buff, a couple secret buffs from the second beta to release. Like that small amount of time, they actually changed a bit. Gamma
Okay,
Blade
no,
went from only being
you mean
+1 or +6.
the last beta?
Like the very last beta and then release date, he actually had a couple things change that people found.
Well, okay, so
in a few days.
let me tell you, the first few betas, actually, all the beginning betas, he got nerfed because he had the trap move in the first beta. And then second of all, they reduced the damage output. Third of all, they reduced the combo routes because it was way easier to do wall combos as well. And also the upwards Alpha Blade into combo routes. You know, you can do mediums from there. Bullshit. Now, like back then, you have to do it with lights now. Like, they did a lot of those little tweaking. I remember because I played the shit out of those. All right, go ahead. Go.
And you know who's light right now? Darkrai light on health. Unfortunately, going down in that round. Red Ditto, a tournament set point.
Once we stop talking about Gold Lewis, Darkrai just loses the power.
Yeah, I hate to interrupt y'all chip players, all right? But I'm here for the gold rush, baby. But Darkrai right now getting baited out. This is looking very not good for Tabata. Gold Lewis is going to need a Texas-sized miracle if he wants to win this. The jab comes through, and Red Ditto is our WNF champion this week.
Oh, just like that.
Just like that.
Oh, no. But we gave too much power to Chip and not enough to Gold Lewis.
Y'all were trying so hard to stop him from getting nerfed. And instead, you just let him die. You just let Gold Lewis die out there. Unfortunate.
Not enough burgers.
Not enough burgers, but you know we do have enough of for everybody in the chat. That's right, Matcherino codes. Guys, tournament might be over, but I am almost certain we haven't used up all those codes. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. Hit that claim code button and get a little bit extra money over to Red Ditto and Darkrai for them putting on such a fantastic top 8 for us.
Yes. And do not forget, there is the secret tech of account switching if you want to claim all the codes. There's still 21 bucks on the table. It's so easy to account switch too. Like, I'm not saying I do it.
I'm not saying I should.
But, you know, you can just go ahead, claim the codes, switch over, get on your BattleNet. Apparently, that's an option. And go ahead, click the codes. Visit the links. That's another thing that's super easy to do. And there's a couple follow quests you can do. You just follow people on Twitter, which you might already be following as well.
And yeah, they have so many different kinds of account you can have hooked up. Yeah, you're fine. Like, log in, use those codes. We have 13 codes left. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing the numbers climb in real time. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely help us out, everybody. But that's gonna do it for us here at Wednesday Night Fights. I don't believe we have any other games going on. But if you want to catch any of those great tournament sets and information that we saw today, any of those best moments, I believe it is MetaView that we are partnered with. You can check that out, the MetaView app. Go see it, look at it, see what's going on. Yep, right here, MetaView, Wednesday Night Fights, live Thursdays at noon, 3 p.m. Eastern, and you can check out all that Gold Lewis action once again in bite-sized form. You can be like, friends, look at this. Look at this. He has Behemoth Typhoon, and he has another Behemoth Typhoon, and he has another Behemoth Typhoon, and he has another Behemoth Typhoon. All right? So check it out on the app, people.
Yeah, super dope.
I just wanted to, sorry to cut you off, I just wanted to add another crucial nerf that they give. This is probably one of the most important ones. Is the Rekka juggle limit to break the glass. They've pushed it back. So before it was easier to get like at least, oh man.
See, why you're talking about like early beta? I'm talking about beta.
No,
like
this is late. Like this was the last time you had it was second
early
beta.
He had K Alpha and P Alpha. You could do them together in the air.
Ruben, are you Mr. Street Fighter? All right, let Vi talk.
No, I'm Mr. Chit. I was playing that kid all day.
This is true. You have for as long as I've known you, for all 3 years, I'm like, oh, you're that adult Gohan and Chip player, right?
No, but like first beta, he was cool, and then they took that away, and there's this state in the middle where he did suck, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like beta.
When did he suck? He was always good.
Very last beta. Gamma Blade was +1. It went from +1 to +6.
And, well, they nerfed him before they nerfed him on the third beta. I think they took away his towards hard punch or H, where you can't combo that. It doesn't ground bound anymore. It just knocks down. That's a big change because that gave him like, yeah, huh?
They definitely made him pretty like not like super weak, but they definitely made him weaker in the last beta, right?
Yeah, because before he had really cool routes where you would do like J2K, and you would be able to link a full ground combo after the air dash JH after K Alpha. Then they took that away, and that was beta 2 chip where he lost that. And then people found stuff in the day release that became easier after beta 2 got patched.
Yeah, but you know, we didn't lose a great tournament, everybody. A wonderful top 8, and a huge shout out to my boy I'm Not a Sandwich here for commentating with me and running Guilty Gear every single week. If you want to watch the pools of WNF every week, you can go check it out on his channel, I Am Not a Sandwich. And then you can, and if you ever want a different game, just Skullgirls. I do that, and Twitch.tv/Karate Koopa. So check that out. And then an extra big thank you to Alex Vi for letting us on here and for running WNF and Level Up Live. And another thanks to our sponsor, MetaView, for being partnered with us. We very much appreciate it.
Real quick though, we still have Guilty Gear Plus R tomorrow that I'm doing on my channel as well. As you know, I have been keeping Guilty Gear alive on my channel for the last few years. Before Stripe came out, so Plus R, we switched over to Thursdays, not Tuesdays anymore. So Thursdays is Plus R days now. Check it out over on I'm Not a Sandwich with me, Hirsch, Sky, Vero, and all us WWGG boys keeping it alive.
Absolutely. Big shout outs to all the Wild West Guilty Gear crew. And Amazing Drake in the chat. If you want to see all the games that WNF does every single week, you can go to smash.gg/WNFOC. WNFOC for all of the games. There's tons of them. I believe we have Sam's show every once in a while on Parsec. I don't know if it's every week. I know we have Soul Calibur on Parsec. I know we have Street Fighter. I know we got Tekken. I know we got Skullgirls. I know we got all sorts of Guilty Gear going on. But there's plenty of there's a game for everyone.
Yo, so Dragon Ball's coming back, right? Y'all still got Dragon Ball on Fridays?
I don't know her.
Oh,
I don't know that. I don't know her.
The kids go to France. Kuba drops it.
I dropped that game a year and like 7 months ago.
But there's Dragon Ball as well.
There is Dragon Ball on Fridays over at twitch.tv/Jake Ryan Yo.
Yeah, no longer just WNF, kind of spreads out throughout the week. So there's a couple games you'll see on days that aren't Wednesdays, but they're still part of WNF. So make sure you check out the Smash GG and look at the day that game is ran, just to be sure. Because certain games take place Tuesdays, certain ones do normal Wednesdays, other games do Thursdays, Fridays.
Absolutely. But that's it for us, I believe, unless Vaya, you're doing some late night games. Everybody, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Or if you want to keep yelling at me about Chip, we can do that too. Always here for Chip, Dumpling.